Hi there, Tim here from Vintage and Classic, and today I'm with our friend Tom Hardman. Nice to see you
Tim,
again,
good
Tom.
to see you again.
And
good to see you. September last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, last time, and you were just about to do Goodwood.
I was, and we had a very moist Goodwood, and everyone who was there knows how bad it was and muddy and everything else. But the car's magneto packed up during the race. I managed to keep going to the end of the race, but wasn't the result we wanted. But hopefully for 2025 we'll be there again.
There was a big delay to the start of that race, wasn't there? Was the car stalled or something?
No, there was a couple of cars very late coming to the grids. All the ERAs overheated, which they do very quickly, and we all had to stop. And we should really have done another green flag, but we didn't. And it was. I think the overheating, because I went on to 5 cylinders, had to start from the pit lane. Started getting back up the grid, and then the mag failed. So,
but you had a good weekend last weekend.
Prescott historic last weekend. 2 days of ERAing. There's only 2 of us there, Ben and I. He owns both cars, and in the end, the 1500 beat the 2 litre. But I'm not going on about it too much. I think this is the last time I mention it. So
well, I'll only go out to social media because we get about 12 million hits a month. So
nobody will know about
offended
it.
At all, then,
I was half a second faster, 70 miles an hour under the bridge against somebody else's slightly slower speed. So, but yeah, we'll be back out again soon. Good. So looking forward to that. Yeah. And what have you brought us to sell this time?
We have a 308.
Yes.
Now this is my car.
Yep.
We just don't use it, Tom.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful thing. Now, I bought it because for me, when I was growing up, or when I was, in my sort of late...
It was your poster car,
It was the poster car, yeah.
Okay.
So when I bought it, it was a bit of an impulse buy, to be honest with you. I spent a lot of money on it.
Yep.
It's a bare metal reed spray at eye-watering cost, to be honest.
But it has to be to
it has to be.
Money.
And obviously, when we loaded it on the trailer yesterday morning, it was beautiful.
So the detail is coming. You've already met him this morning, so he's coming next week.
So Simon's going to come and do it next week.
And it's only done 27,500 miles? Yeah. Wow.
It's 27,500 miles. And I think that was, it's almost like people collect these things, don't they, as investments and so on. And I'm almost too terrified to use it. Few stone chips.
So I'll take Daniel to school in it next week before it's cleaned, so that's fine. So
it goes well.
Yeah. You know what my poster car was?
Go
on. Alvis 1250. I know it's
I've always loved them, particularly the Beetleback ones. Actually,
yes. Well, we've got a Beetleback up there, 1260. Whereas this is the 1250, so 1600 cc effectively. It's the short stroke engine, the SD engine, which is very rare. Narrow bodied. We've just taken it in part exchange for something else, so we'll get that on the market next week or so. And then we've got Alvis Racing #1 that lives with us. Yeah, we've got a 1260 Beetleback. I'm waiting for the history file to turn up for that car, so please bring the history file so I can get the car on the market for you, Mark. The Bristol 400, that's done the Millimillia at least once, can do it again, and that's going for paint. There's a little bit of corrosion on the front wings, so that's going next week for paint. The owner's staying at the Inn at Whitewell just around the corner for a few nights, and then he's driving it back home to Warwickshire for the paint. A few storage cars in the background, and then the Lotus Elite turned up yesterday all the way from Sussex. So he had a similarly awful drive up yesterday, was in a covered trailer. We've got 4 cars in here which haven't yet hit the market. So we've obviously got your Ferrari, the Alvis 1250, the Lotus Elite, and then the ex-Wizzo Williams, Barry Williams, Datsun 240Z, which we've sold previously. So this is kind of our prep bay, ready for preparation for next week. Into the photo booth and photography should be on the website in the next couple of weeks.
I had a 240Z back in the 80s. It's a lovely thing.
Really good car. Really good car. We took Abby to school in that the other day, and she was. All the boys were wanting to talk to her that day.
Yeah. They've got the look, haven't they?
They have, and the sound.
Got everything going for them. Actually, it's an amazing thing, and they really did hit the ground running, didn't they? Japanese sports cars. They
did. That is the collector's piece. And the glove box was signed by Wizzo as well. Oh, wow. And Wizzo used to drive ERAs as well. As I was growing up, I used to.
No, I remember him watching him. When I was a child.
So first of all, in the showroom, which we've only recently moved in January, lots of work gone on in here. Still work in process, but we had to start selling again. So 1937 Semmence Special is a period single-seater Frazer Nash base with a 2-litre AC engine. That's going to be running at VSCC Cadwell for the Frazer Nash race on the 21st of June, so place to be. Another 2-litre car is the Targa Bristol. In fact, these are all 2 litres. So 2-litre corner. Targa Bristol. So John Targa came up with this design, which was then bought by the AC Motor Company, became the AC Ace, and the Asica, and then the Cobra. And this is the first chassis that was ever produced, and it was under Lloyd 500. But that's a good car. Could go and do the Betty Hague and some quick races with that car. And then we've got the RGS Atlanta. RGS were basically bodybuilders made the first fiberglass class.
TVR they built.
Yeah, they did the Jomar bodies and things. So a bit of history there. Car was sold previously to Germany. We've got it back. We collected it in October, and that's on the market on behalf of its German owner. We've just sold the MG NA to Connecticut. The new owner was here yesterday, and we got absolutely drenched. It really did throw it down. We've had 8-10 weeks of glorious sunshine. Flies in from Connecticut to drive his car, and we all got
well, weirdly, I was in Connecticut 2 weeks ago, and it was beautiful weather here, and it was pouring
rain there. Well, so I got him back.
He brought it with him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, 100%. John, it's your fault. So we've just got a few jobs to do with that, service on that, and that'll be going out to Connecticut. Allard J2. So we just dropped the price on this at only 230,000. We dropped it from 285. Milli eligible, Le Mans Classic, Goodwood Revival, and that beautiful V8 soundtrack.
And also with an Allard like that, you're going to get the invites, aren't you? Because it's just a rare thing.
Well, this was sold to the Tate family, as in the Sugar people. Knew it went to Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. Then Frank Sitner had it. And then more recently, the current owner, and he's had a lot of engine work done to it. But it has period race history. So you will get the entries.
Very long time ago, I had lunch with Nick.
Did you?
Because I lent his wife some fuel. So if you're watching, Nick, do you remember? That was Cologne.
Right, okay.
The speed trials.
Yeah, because he used to do a lot of VSCC as well.
Did, and his wife, is it Annette, I think?
Think so, yeah.
Anyway, they turned up and they hadn't got fuel. No,
Annette's one of his daughters, isn't
Annette's a daughter. Anyway, I lent some fuel. Because I bent a valve on my Riley and they couldn't run. So I said, do you want some of this? And I was just parked next to them, and somebody came over and said, would you like to come and have lunch with us? So that was wonderful.
Fantastic.
Lovely chat.
Delahaye 135, so replica of the Le Mans cars that raced in 38. This has always been a UK car, but was rebodied like the Le Mans cars. Initially, it was a saloon, which then ended up as a chicken coop in Wales, as you do.
As you do,
and it belonged to Sir Ralph Robbins, who was the chairman of Rolls-Royce at the time when he was racing. So great car, fantastic. That 6-cylinder engine.
I've had a few battles with an Allard. It's a French one. I don't know whether you've seen it somewhere. I think it was at Montlhéry. I was having a right ding-dong with that. That was a long time ago.
Well, Montlhéry.
They're very quick.
Montlhéry Midget. So that's, we've got a second viewing on that car next week, but still available. Real piece of history. Amazing car, 750cc. Cosette supercharger on it. They just battle along. I was battling with a 3-litre Bentley.
It's a period works car, is it?
It's not a works car. It's the only car, C-type midget, that was sold chassis only. And it was sold to Jarvis, who are motor body manufacturers or coach builders. And George Easton used to go to school at Stonyhurst College, and George Easton was a co-owner of Jarvis. It had one of their bodies, a 4-seat body, fitted, which was very like the D-type, but this body is an original factory body from Morris Garages, and it's been wearing this body for a time. David Sewell, the art expert, he owned the car for a long period of time. He had the car stripped down. The Potter family, who owned it previously to the current owner, They did a restoration on the car, but prior to that, it belonged for, I think, 20 years to a member of the clergy who used it every day for 20 years.
As a daily driver?
As a daily driver.
Do you know, there's so much history in these cars, isn't there? Especially
each one is a story.
Like especially something like that.
Yeah, and the DB24 Aston Martin, that used to belong to Cartier, the jewellers.
Oh, wow.
Before that, it was Conran, the architects.
Yes.
So it had a long time in Paris with Cartier. Came back to the UK, had this Mark III styled front end put on it. Belongs to one of our very early customers. And then another Jarvis bodied car is the Bond. So that's a Jarvis Motor Bodies coachwork as well, which was ordered brand new by Sir Malcolm Campbell. So there was only 7 Bonds built, 3 with this body style, and this was the only supercharged Meadows engine car that they built. And it was the last car they built, so it's chassis number 7, 007 Bond, and it was built in Brighouse. It was known as the Brighouse Bugatti. And then the Frazer Nash Targa Florio Mark II, that was the very first Mark II. Targa Florio Nash belongs to a German client of ours. Fantastic car. It was sold new to East Bangladesh, which is now Pakistan. So that's where it was sold new. Came back to the UK after the split, and it's been in between UK and Germany ever since, and that's fantastic car.
Another piece of history.
A 2-litre Bristol engine like the Tajero. Alvis Silver Eagle racing car, superb car.
Very well known car, isn't it?
One of Matt Colbert's cars. It's actually finished the year I was born. So 1978, not 48, 1978, 285 brake horsepower. Sounds like an ERA, but 130 grand, you can't go wrong. You could never build it for that. The last engine rebuild was 45,000.
The fastest Alvis?
World's fastest Alvis.
Yeah.
So really good going. And then test drive we had on the Lee Francis Hyper just behind us yesterday. And that is the last of the works demonstrators and competition cars. So again, superb history. 1500 supercharged Meadows engine, just as you would have on the Bond. And the blower mounts vertically in front of the engine like you would on an ERA. Totally different power band, but again, 1500cc. Just like the winning ERA this weekend.
But the winning ERA that we weren't going to mention.
We weren't going to mention again. But a fantastic piece of history.
And the VSCC are racing at Cabwell 21st of June, aren't they?
They are. So you
can go and see these cars doing what they're designed to do.
Exactly.
We were racing at Cabwell this weekend in my Lola.
Yeah, you did. Jonathan thanked you as well for cutting the grass, didn't he?
That's right, yes. Mr. Palmer was very thankful for that, yes. We had a little off.
But you had a good lead, 30 seconds ahead.
Well, we weren't leading, we were midfield, but there was the cars, what it was, I wasn't running a pit board, so I didn't know that I was 30 seconds in front of the cars that were behind me, and I was looking for a little extra time because I thought I might get caught up with, and I just wanted to get into the final, and I had to finish in the top 10, so I was running 8th, and and I thought I can go a bit deeper into Park Straight, and then into Mansfield. I thought that was the other place I can brake a bit later. And I just cocked it up, basically.
Well, it happens. It happens.
Caught on the exit curve, caught my wheel, and that was it. And I ended up half up the grass bank.
45 degrees, that's a steep bank.
It was a steep bank, the marshal said they've never seen it before.
Well, there you go. Maybe we're going to have some Armco there now.
We might do,
Thank you, Tim.
Well, they didn't stop the race because I was in a
safe space.
So I had a very good view of the last 3 laps, and a few drivers were actually going by going like that.
What's he done?
So it's quite funny.
Anyway, shall we have a coffee?
Let's have a coffee.
Yeah,
excellent. And good luck with the Ferrari. And thank you for helping us.
No, and thank you for your business again.
And we'll see you again soon. Let's have a coffee. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, if you're watching, and we'll see Tom again.
Yes, very soon.